it has to be gospel one, secular one. That's my own take. That's my own opinion. Somebody can come and slap me. Because that woman did not work harder than Stonebwoy. Let's be realistic. We are all in this industry. If you want to talk about the year in review, did she work more than Stonebwoy? Did she work more than Sarkodie in that same category? But they have made up their mind that it has to be one gospel, one secular. And that is where the problem is.
And you think if it continues like that, it does not augur well for industry?
No, it does not augur. Let me tell you the repercussion. Dinah Hamilton. Adum.
Yes.
One of my best gospel track, 2021. I repeated it for like continuously every morning for like 2 months. When I come to the office, they know they'll play me Adum. Everybody knows that.
And there were 3 lyrics in there.
What?
There were 3 lyrics in there.
Which I really didn't mind, but the English,
The small English in there you got.
When she won Artist of the Year, Sammy, as someone who always fly abroad for almost of these entertainment shows, how were you able to put Dinah and Burna Boy on the same scale when they are outside in the UK? How were you able to put Dinah and Wizkid and other people on the same scale? Because when you are talking of Artist of the Year, you are talking of someone that is holding Ghana flag till the next year. We take this thing so lightly. It's like Ghana Movie Awards. That's the only awards you have. Whether you like it or not, other people are watching it. When you win an award, Ghana Movie Awards, other countries respect it. We underlook it here, but that is only what we have. So when they are talking about a director, they goes to Ghana Movie Awards. Oh, he's had an award, Ghana Movie Award. It's the same thing with VGMA. That's all we have. So how do you feel the person raising the flag? How are you able to measure them when reality sets down? Like seriously, okay, this is Ghana, Nigeria now. We are in the music space, secular music space. Bring your best, bring your best. You cannot tell me Sarkodie is the best while this man is holding Best Artist of the Year. Let's be realistic. Artist of the Year, you cannot tell me now that Sarkodie is better than
Black Sherif.
Black Sherif. No. Black Sherif is the best artist in Ghana as it stands, whether you like it or not, for the next 1 year. Yes, that's how it is. So if you are bringing Black Sherif, if you are bringing anybody against Nigeria as it stands, it has to be Black Sherif, because you have made us known he's the best artist in Ghana as it stands.
Hello, my name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Mubarak Karim to all our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. And also a happy new month to all of you from Tap Tap Send in the whole Riase. As you already know, Tap Tap Send remains to be your numero uno money transfer app you can ever find in the whole world. All you have to do is to go onto Google Play Store or App Store and download Tap Tap Send. The name is what? Tap Tap Send. Now, the testimonies from people is overwhelming. Everybody is giving the good testimony about Tap Tap Send because I've used it before and I understand how reliable, secure, and fast the app is. You, if you like, put it to a test and you see. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Tap Send now. Keep on sending the money to the loved ones and your family and let them appreciate you more. Remember the name. It's Tap Tap Send. Hey.
Tap Tap Send. Send more, spend less.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
All right, so once again, I'm bringing you greetings from the studio of Sammy Flex TV. And this one is going straight to my Niger brothers because I know one thing that they have been talking about all the time is to make sure I get someone who understands the Nigerian language. So he will come and speak on behalf of Nigerians because according to them, they are saying I'm biased and I'm saying this, I'm saying that. But it is not the story. Those who know Sammy Flex, they know I do it the way I've got to do it. And once again, I'm going to have a conversation with a brother who is obviously a Nigerian, has been following our industry, has invested in our industry, has done so many things from movie production, from events, forming associations and all. But his observation about our industry is one that I am so fascinated about. Then I said, okay, let me call my brother here so we can open up the conversation and see why he thinks our industry is going that way. Now, what is he talking about? Especially right after the just ended Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, once again, spearheaded by one person who has been serving our industry, though originally a Nigerian married to a Ghanaian, Yola Ayowade. I'm here asking him why he thinks our industry is being Christianized and the dangers in there. My brother Austin here is a movie producer, director, and everything you can think about. I welcome him here so we can start talking. Austin, welcome. Destiny. What's the full name? Because sometimes I forget the
Destiny Austin Omon.
Destiny Austin Omonu.
Yes, Omon. Omon. O-M-O-N.
Oh, Omon.
Yes.
Not Omon.
No, Omon.
You can know if we say Omon.
Omon Nigeria.
Omon Nigeria. But yours is Omon.
Yeah. Omon.
Which of the states in Nigeria do you come from?
I'm from Edo State.
Oh, Edo State. I hear these are hard people, or Edo people are not hard.
Yes, we are hard. We are creative, we are stubborn.
Apart from Edo people, which of the states have the hardest people?
I think it's Edo and Delta.
Edo and Delta?
Yes, and we came from the same state, Old Bender State.
Okay.
Like your fathers that went to Nigeria those days, they would not know Edo State.
Okay.
Someone like your father, if I say I'm from Edo State, he may not know. But once I say Bender, oh, you're from Bender State.
Oh, okay.
So it used to be Bender then, very big state. So I think it was Babangida that divided it into two. We had the Edo and we have the Delta.
Oh, okay.
So which I'm from Edo State and the Delta is also.
See, for how long have you been in Ghana, as a matter of fact?
Yes, I first came to Ghana during the Nations Cup 2008.
Okay.
That's my first time in Ghana.
Okay.
We actually came to watch football, I and a Cameroonian friend.
Okay, a woman or a man?
A man, son.
I want to be sure.
Troublemakers.
No. I want
We
to be
came
sure.
to watch the Nations Cup, and we're in Accra. Nigeria was actually stationed in Tamale.
Okay.
So
I remember that tournament.
yeah, so
very
we
well.
didn't know the distance between Accra and Tamale when we came. So when after the first game and we didn't impress, so I was like, me, I can't go that far journey. So let me just join my Cameroonian friend. Cameroon, they were stationed in Kumasi.
Okay.
So I just followed him to Kumasi to support Cameroon. You see, that's what happened. So after leaving Ghana, 2008, then in 2010, I decided to, then I wanted to stay in Africa. I was like, let me invest in the media sector. So I decided to check around Ghana. Ghana was one of the countries. I went to Ivory Coast.
Okay.
I went to Ivory Coast. I wasn't cool because of the English. I went to Senegal.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Because
cool.
they speak more
Yes,
French.
I went to Gambia too. I did a radio survey in Gambia, but I had my own few concerns, population-wise, technology-wise, and all of that. So I decided to settle in Ghana. So that was in 2010. I started something in Ghana.
Oh, I see. And since then, you've been here.
Yes, yes. Since then, I've been there. My first touch was with Crystal TV. I want to say a big thank you to Narcos here, anywhere you are today.
Yeah.
So I came for an interview, and she just saw me and said, "Oh, this gentleman has prospects." So and that was how they brought me in. It was movie review every Saturday.
Yeah, I remember that program.
Yes, then we had so many challenges with people thinking on how they thought about Nigerians or how they feel about Nigerians. Then people were not used to our movies. They see Kanayo, Kanayo, and they think he's a true ritualist and all of that. So we had to come on air, come on TV, thanks to Frank Ogbo, who had that program then, and we explained some of these things that happen in movies. So, and people really loved it. You know, we walk in the market, oh, everybody liked us then because some things they really didn't understand about our culture.
You started explaining.
We started explaining why a woman would die and they have to shave her hair and all of that. Things they saw in movies they thought were real. We had to explain to them, these are fictions, these are this. So that was where I started. I was there for 4 years.
With Crystal TV?
With Crystal, doing that program.
Were you a full-time staff with them, or you were just
No. It was on contract.
Okay.
We were on contract every Saturday. Yeah.
So by then, were you producing movies?
No, actually, then I have not started producing movie. Let me.
Destiny, man.
Do you know how I started producing movies?
Nah, tell me about it.
I don't know if I have to mention a name, but I don't know how it will go. I wrote a script then, Indian Money. That was my first script ever. In Ghana. Yes, okay. I wrote it, and it was.
Sorry, were you producing movies in Nigeria then before you came to Ghana?
I have not produced, but I was writing scripts for people.
Okay, you can continue from there.
So when I came, I wrote my first script in Ghana was Indian Money. So I had wanted to sell it. You know, as a young scriptwriter, I needed to survive. I wasn't even having the dream of saying, okay, I want to produce my own movies. So I took it to a producer then. At TV3, I will not mention his name. Let me say.
Why? Something bad happened?
No. One of our big boys then.
Okay.
You know, this world is not balanced, Sammy.
I know.
Yeah, so
I know that one. I know.
This world is not balanced. So,
Never.
So when you are climbing, always remember those you meet.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to mention his name. He may be surprised where we have gotten to today and all of that. But I had that script in my hand. Someone took me to him and all of that. And I said, I had the script. He looked at it. He says, is it not script? Just like that. And I was like, I went to another person. He looked at it. Is it not script? I'll give you 800 CDs. And I was like, 800 CDs. And Sammy, that script took me like 2 years to put together. I was like, 800 CDs? No, nah. What will 800 CDs do for me? Oh, is it not script? Hi. It's scripts now. After you don't even have a name for me to produce your script, I'm just helping you.
Yeah, because he saw you to be nobody.
So I took the script, I went to put it under my bed, and I was like, if this script, if he wants to rot it, let it rot. So I got my first film job. I went to Somanya. Before I came back, rain fell inside my house and finished the script.
So the script was soaked away by flood.
I flooded. So I had to start again, you know. And that's the Indian Money you are seeing, my first movie. So
okay.
I kept it for years and kept praying and saying, God, help me. Let me grow finance and produce my movie, because I wasn't ready to start selling my script off.
After those experiences.
And funny enough, then the industry was booming. Oh, you remember 2014? Yeah. But they would not buy your scripts. It's not like now when there's no money, everybody accepts there's no money.
At that time they were selling.
Then the money was there, but they don't just respect your story. They don't respect your scripts. So I kept it, and after many years, I was able to produce it. So that's my first film before, with your help, started promoting other films and all of that. So that's how we
see.
started.
So the first movie came out in which exact year?
Yeah, my first movie came out in 2016.
2016.
2016.
And since 2016, can you count how many you have done so far?
I've done 8 movies since 2016. Out of that 8, 2 are not directly produced by me. But I directed them. I wrote the script.
But not executively.
Yes, but every other ones.
You did.
I did.
Would you say out of the 8 you did, they were all successful? Would you describe them as successful?
No, they were not all successful. Sammy, it depends on what you call success. But for me, if you are doing movies, one, you are not making money and you are not making career, then you have a problem. It's either your movie should make career or make money.
Okay.
Not every movie also make money. I'll give you instances. The King with No Culture.
The popular movie.
Now, The King with No Culture, after I had done Indian Money, let me tell you how The King with No Culture came. I did Indian Money, I wanted to premiere. And they told me that I did it because I had always believed that somebody has to grow faces. When I came, I saw what Alaji has done. And I was like, these people are not the people, they will retire. Somebody has to grow. So I have been an advocate of fresh faces on TV. That is why you see, Sammy, any movie I bring, there must be somebody fresh that people will talk about.
Yeah.
So I came with Indian Money. I had fresh faces, but I had people like Kofi Ajululu. I had Donkey and few people. When I went to premiere, they told me no, that they cannot premiere it because there are no faces. They didn't even watch the movie. They told me no faces. This thing I'm saying today, I want them to put it in capital letters.
They
said there
popular
are
faces.
no popular faces. And that movie was a very good movie. The storyline. I was actually trying to deal with fraud. How fraud is done and all of that. But they were not interested. So I said, okay. I told my team, let's go back. We went for King with No Culture. We didn't spend money in producing it. The money I would have used to produce, I said, don't worry, we managed. Then we kept it for promotion. And we sold it back to them and they bought it twice.
The King with No Culture.
Yes. You see it? Now, I spent money producing Indian Money. They didn't even look at it. Because they say no face. Then I said, okay, no problem. We went back. We didn't spend that much producing The King with No Culture. We had 16 faces in it. 16. Some people didn't even have up to 4 rows.
Yeah.
Vicky Zuga, those Vicky Zuga,
They just came.
flood them everywhere. Funny enough, the same young faces they didn't want to see were the ones that played the lead characters. Are you seeing it now? Well, we brought, like Hogan played 1 role. He was paid for the 1 role. Cameo, most of them did cameo. Mark Crop did cameo. 1 role. 1 scene. Most of them, but they came, they did it, they cameo, and they pushed the King with No Culture. We were everywhere, to your TV station, everybody pushed it.
I know.
They bought it. After buying it, then they started complaining.
That was when they knew that, nah, the faces did not do anything like that.
Yes, then they started complaining. Oh, we thought the faces are coming to act. We thought them. But at the end of the day, when we did a great job, you prefer hype than good job. So we gave you hype. Are you getting me? So The King with No Culture financially was very, very successful. But if you want to talk of a film
That made careers.
that made careers, I may not add it to it.
Wow.
It has won
get
several awards.
I get it.
Several awards because of the packaging. Now, I actually attended a film school after The King with No Culture, funny enough.
You attended the film school?
After The King
Here
with No
in
Culture.
Ghana?
No, I am India.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
went to India or
No, I didn't.
online? Okay.
I didn't go to India. I've already registered for the course. I was supposed to move in December of 2020. I had paid my hostel fees, everything. So now that period, Nigeria stopped giving visa for students because the students were misbehaving. So my school was fighting hard and they were writing papers to make sure they get me over against all odds. They submitted their tax, everything, their school papers just to make sure they get me on board. To say this is a different student. As God will have it, not up to 1 month, COVID came. So when COVID came, they now told me, oh, Destiny, because of COVID, now every student have to stay in their home country and take their courses. So the money you've already paid for hostel accommodation, you can use it to do 2 extra courses.
Wow.
So that it was very stressful, very, very stressful, because whether you like it or not, you have to be online and study. And it has to do with discipline. You can decide to put your camera off and go and sleep. Nobody will beat you. But you need to be really, really disciplined for you
Follow
to
the
attend.
course,
So
yeah.
it was 6 months, and we're there online for 6 months. It was after that course that I did Ogbozo. Ogbozo was actually a project, a script I wrote as my project.
for the course.
Yeah, so when we were leaving the film school, we had to do projects. I did script writing, so I had to write a script. So I put Ogbozo together. I was actually trying to look for something that would be African. Because in class, I was the only African.
Oh, I see.
I was the only African there. And I was the only one that had the street film sense. Sammy, I got to the class, everybody, this one from Holland, this one from US, I was just quite listening to everybody. So one day I dropped my thriller on the group, and the Indian man said, you did this film? I dropped The King with No Call. He said, you did this film? I said, yes. So he said, what? You've not, did you go to any films? I said, no. It was street film school. Kumasi. You know, so Ogbozo was my first job after being trained as a proper filmmaker.
So that was your project then?
Yes. Then after writing, the project won the best script though.
For that course?
Yes, for our section, yes, it was the best.
Wow.
So when I came
Congratulations.
out, it was one of my students, one of my co-students. That was the co-executive producer for that project you saw. We were 3 executive producers, myself, my co-student, and one other person joined us.
Wow.
That executed that project.
I see. But it's been long you released a movie. What does it mean? Have you stopped?
No, I released one thriller last 2 weeks.
Okay, a new movie.
Yes, I sent it to you,
Then I have not checked.
Dr. Wizard.
Yes, I remember you sent something to me, but I was not sure it was your work because for some time I don't see you, I don't hear you talking movies. Because I know you, anytime you have a project, you come to me, so you publicize it, but you were not coming to me again. So I thought you had even gone back to Nigeria or something.
No, in 2021, that was when we released the last project.
Okay.
That was when you interviewed me last at Xylophone.
Okay, that's true.
October 2021.
Before I left. No, I think it was 2020 because I left Xylophone 2020.
Nice. I released that. Okay, then you weren't the one that interviewed me.
Yeah.
It was your man.
Arnold.
Okay.
yeah.
But that was 2021 October. I released Across the Border.
Okay.
I actually shot for the Nigerian community. It was shot for the Nigerian Diaspora Commission and the High Commission. It's about prostitution, a short film. But this one I released it for another producer. We had a different executive producer for the job, Dr. Wizard. But I wrote the script.
Dr. Wizard.
Yes, I wrote the script.
Okay. So that is not your production, but you wrote the script.
I produced and directed. Yes.
Okay.
But
there is an executive producer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
I brought from Nigeria.
He does not live here.
No, he came from Nigeria.
How is the movie industry now, before we even move on to the main issue, how is the movie industry now, especially in Ghana? Then maybe you can do a comparison to what is happening in Nigeria as well.
Yes, Sammy, you know what? We have finally shot ourselves on the leg. You know, I write many articles which Black Rasta can be a witness to. I have been crying and crying and crying. You don't fight the man that have the yam and have the knife. You go hungry.
I love Nigerians.
I own the yam. I own the knife. You want to fight me? Stay there, Jinao. I don't know when I understand me. All I need to do is take my yam and take my knife.
And there is no show.
And there is no show. The only time is if you have oil, you have knife, and I have my yam. Then you say, okay, if you don't give me yam, I will not give you knife and I will not give you oil. Then I hold my yam becomes useless because I don't even have knife to peel it in the first place. That's why I started reconsidering, should I give him my yam so that he will give me knife and oil? You see, Ghana film industry, I came at a time when the industry was booming. Very, very booming. But the Nigerian producers were like, they were being attacked and all of that. And that time, they were already going back when we came.
Would you describe what was happening as an attack?
Yes, I see it as an attack. The last time
when Socrates Dems were only saying that follow some procedures. When you come, register here, get Ghanaians as directors, get Ghanaians as this. How would you describe that as an attack?
Okay, thank you very much. God bless you. Socrates, my boss, I heard what he said on UTV. I shared it on my platform. He said they never chased Nigerians, but all they were asking was that Nigerians should put $10,000 down to cover what expenses or whatever mistakes they are making. I put it to him that the chairman of FICAG is in Nigeria shooting. We know more than 20 producers that are in Ghana, that are in Nigeria shooting. It's not as if we don't know. It's not as if we can't see.
Then or now?
Now, as we speak.
FICAC president.
Yes, chairman, former chair, Enoch.
Okay.
Yes.
Enoch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My own Enoch.
Yes. Yes. I don't know whether he's back, but a few months when I was in Nigeria, I was too sure he was in Nigeria shooting. We know many producers that are in Nigeria shooting against our own laws. Are you getting me? But somebody like me, I believe that everybody deserves to eat. If we want to go by the law, do you have 10,000, you that is sitting on TV to talk, do you have 10,000 to shoot your own movie as of that time, that you want a Nigerian producer to put 10,000 on your table? Let's be fair to ourselves. As of that time, did you have $10,000 as budget for a film that you want a Nigerian producer to put 10,000 as guarantee, not even the budget to shoot the film? Are we being reasonable to ourselves? Then, if we turn it round and say, okay, producers coming to Nigeria, you need $20,000 put on the table before you can shoot film. How are you going to feel about it? You know why? Whether they like it or not, that I spoke about the yam and the knife. Whether they like it or not, we've come to a point whereby you have no choice. It's an African film. That's nothing like Ghana film anymore. That's nothing like Cameroon film anymore. That's nothing like Sierra Leone film anymore. Everything is now African film, and the headquarters is Nigeria. Whether you like it or not. And they have a way of creating a fence around their industry. They are not people who talk in the media. But when you get there, you will feel it. As soon as you are entering, you feel that there's a wall here. There's a gate. You need to knock before you go in.
Imaginary gate.
Imaginary gate. You understand me? So, all these things they were saying then were really against our own industry, we that live here. Because if you look at it, I did Dr. Wizard. Dr. Wizard, we are talking about a producer from Nigeria brought his money, executive producer. And we had 90% crew from the Ghana side. 90% crew.
I'm sure that was what they were demanding then.
Whether you demanded it or not, which producer was bringing their own crew from Nigeria? Let's be reasonable. How much does it cost you to bring your crew from Nigeria to shoot here? How much will it cost you to employ a crew here? Ghana crew members are good. So I have not seen a producer coming from Nigeria that will carry his crew along. The best you can do is maybe a director or a cinematographer, a DOP. But every other person should be here. We even have a situation of editors living here to Nigeria to go and work. I have my crew members who have been working for a very long time. I have a job in Nigeria. I will take them to go and work. So what Socrates was saying that put 10,000 down, now are they putting the 10,000 down? It's like Paul Peter, fly away Peter, fly away Paul. Come back Peter, come back Paul. Peter and Paul were sitting on their own. You carry stone and stone Peter and Paul. Peter and Paul has run away. Then you are singing nursery school rhyme. Come back Peter, come back Paul. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yeah,
are you seeing the producers anymore?
No.
They are no longer here. Are you getting the money? No. Are the crew members getting the money? No. Where is the money? The money is right there in Nigeria. And after shooting, you take it back to the Nigeria to come and sell. They decide how much you are going to sell that same movie. That's the difference. Unlike before, where you can bring an actor here to come and shoot, it's no longer that easy because they've also created a law that if you are going outside Nigeria to shoot, the case the law. If you are
an actor cannot come.
Yes, if you are crossing, there's also string attached to it. So, like if you are going to pay Mercy Johnson, say 5 million to come to Ghana, and in that 5 million there are so many strings attached to it, and she knows that if she stay in Nigeria for that same amount of time, she could even get that same 5 million. What's she coming here to do and disturb herself?
So that decision was made because of the laws that we also brought into.
I can't say that 100%, but everybody is protecting their territory. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yeah,
If you have that a garden, you are fencing your garden. What of those that have acres of farm? You expect them to leave it open? No. This is where we are. This is where we are. Whether you like it or not, it is the man that owns the market that owns the money.
Yeah.
And he owns the business. It's like the people buying scrap metals. You have your scrap metals. They are useless until their booking man comes and give you money for them. So if we are doing films here and we want to sell it, where are we selling it? Nigeria. And if you are selling it in Nigeria, you need the Nigerian faces to sell that film in Nigeria. So there is nothing that will save us other than accepting the fact that there is a headquarter when it comes to African films.
I see. So at the moment, would you say because of all these things you are mentioning, it has made the Ghanaian movie industry collapsed?
The Ghanaian movie industry has not collapsed. I hate when people say it has collapsed. It's sick.
It's sick.
Yes, and it needs medicine.
What is the medicine?
The only medicine is getting your priorities right. Sammy, I'll give you an instance. When we started Nollywood, they started attacking us from every radio station. They have come to take over our industry. Can they do this in Nigeria? Can they do this, blah, 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 everywhere. Even people that I respect so much. They were being petty on radio, petty on TV, shouting here and there. Now, today, here we are. If you want to bring any actor here, they respect you because there is a Nollywood here. They know that things will not happen to them anyhow because we have Nollywood here. And if you're also going to Nigeria to go and act, there is a way they treat you because they understand that their people are also here. There's an issue that happened with VGMA, with AMVCA, and I had to call Nigeria. I took it as responsibility, not because somebody will say, "Wetin concern you," but I thought this has to do with a Ghana creative person.
Yeah.
If I don't defend it, when it happens to a Nigerian person, how do I expect them to also defend it? My people, my comrades to also defend it. I don't know whether you understand me.
I get it.
So not until we start looking at all those areas and come on, the cocoa farmers. Have you seen Ivory Coast cocoa farmers fighting with Ghana cocoa farmers before? Wetin concern them? Everybody is making their money. So what is our problem? So back to the Ghana film industry. All we need is medicine. And the only medicine is collaboration. We should widen our hands. We should open our hands. We should open our hand like a sick man. A man that is sick is sitting in the hospital will not say, "This nurse is ugly. I don't want her to treat me." No.
Anyone that comes.
We should allow people to give us medicine so that we'll get well. I am happy that when this man came, what was his name? Your man from the UK, that actor, Beast of No Nation. Our brother.
Yes. Idris Elba, yeah.
He said the same thing. He told the president to his face. It's not as if it's Destiny saying it or one Nigerian producer. He said the cost of production in Ghana is too much. The strict measures are too much for foreign producers. I'm using his words. It's too strict. He said even in South Africa, it's not this strict. That is a British man saying it. And with everything that he sees, with all the glamour, with how he's being treated, he still sees that fact that it's very, very expensive and strict to do business.
Meanwhile, we are not able to do it to the top.
No.
They can come and do it, and we are still making...
Yes, and they are still complaining that it's strict. What about us? Again, the cost of production is very expensive. That's one of the problems we are facing. The cost of production, Sammy, is very expensive. One of the reasons I slowed down in production in Ghana is that I have checked how much I spend making a movie and how much I make from the Ghana market. And how much I spend making movies in Nigeria and how much I am likely to make from the Nigerian market. And they also have these laws in Nigeria that the location of shooting is important to them. Because everybody wants the money to be at their place.
Yeah.
There's a state where I come from, Edo State. The governor has made a facility there whereby producers can come and shoot. You have accommodation. You have
For free?
it for
Yeah,
something
okay, for
small.
pittance, yeah.
Very, very small. You accommodate all your crew, your actors. They'll give
In
you
Edo State?
Yes, they'll give you vehicles, government vehicles.
That you pay less.
It's very small. You
I get
just
it.
buy petrol.
So
They'll
it will
give you
help
speedboats and
your
all of that.
production.
Yes,
Wow.
but we don't get all that. Almost every state, not only Edo State, Edo has it, Delta has it.
Wow.
The few states I know.
For production?
Yes, for production. Delta one is even a production village. A whole village whereby they have King Palace, they have all this, they have all that. So when you have access to all this and you do production, you do quality production with less costs. Because nobody wants to throw money away, Charlie. Yes, we have tried every part we have tried. When it's expensive, there's nothing you can do about it.
I see. So why are you not going to Nigeria to do more movies?
Yeah.
And you are still here. If the conditions there are so flexible, so supportive, and good, why are you not going to do more movies? Because I know you are one of the best movie producers around. Why are you not going to take advantage of that?
You just asked me why I'm not producing movies here. I'm not producing movies here because I'm producing in Nigeria. That's the simple question. That's the simple answer.
So now most of your So now most of your productions are in Nigeria.
Yes. Even now, if not that I lost my dad, I went for a funeral, and after funeral, I just needed to come chill small. I left for Nigeria since November. And I've been working till March when I came. You know. You see, most producers, whether they live here, I'm telling you that even our producers that live here, they no longer produce here. Watch the Nigerian producers. They all go to Lagos and produce. Go through their
Are you saying
timelines.
people like Venus Dems, they are shooting in Nigeria?
Venus is a Ghanaian.
I know.
Venus is a Ghanaian. I want you to understand that. You cannot put Venus in the same basket with Nigerian producers. Please. So he may be able to manage with the situation around.
But does he shoot
He
in
shoots in
Nigeria?
Nigeria, he shoots in Ghana.
In Ghana as well.
Yes.
Well, I know this is one of the stories that the movie industry, they are always not bold to have, especially when they have to face this man, because this man will come at them and give it to them woto, like they say in Nigeria. So they are always running away from this kind of conversation. But anytime I find him, we open it up and talk about it. So far, some of us, it hurts us. Our movie industry, that was really big, like he said some years ago. Now, we cannot find it. So many producers, they have folded up. They are not producing anymore. It is because of some of the things he just mentioned. Now, we know the sickness and we know the medicine. A word to the wise is enough. Those who are supposed to open it up, Secret Sample, the Film Authority, and all those people, Juliet Asante and all those people, this is it. We might not be able to do it alone. If some people will bring in the capital, inject into our movie industry, allow them, give them the space, let them do it. And when they do it, I know the benefits will go all over. Now, before I let him go, I know he's a busy man. He after the VGMS, he sent me a message, and he was asking that, Sammy, are you guys going to sit down for this to happen? Looking at our industry, we are trying to Christianize it, and now our top awards, there was that competition between the Christian and the world. Is that what we are going to see? Now, let me ask him what he saw before he came to that conclusion to start with.
Yes, Sammy, before we start this conversation, let me tell them that my late father actually died as a pastor, as a Church of God mission pastor, until the day he died, January 16. He was leading a Church of God assembly. So when I talk, let it not look as if they brought a Muslim or they brought a Hindu to come and insult us.
Or a
Take
pagan.
that. And my mom is still a pastor till tomorrow. She's alive. So let me just quickly put that in.
Yeah.
We are all Christians, Sammy. And our Bible did say that give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give to God what belongs to God.
Christ, yeah.
One thing I boast about in Ghana here is that religion do not differentiate people. I'm so proud of that. I have said severally that Nigerians need to learn your kind of politics, where somebody like John Jinapo and Abu Jinapo has the same father, from the same house, probably different religions, but they are doing things together.
Yeah.
Now, you know why I'm saying that? As Christians, I think we are doing too much. I say I will make this quote. Thank God I have not forgotten. I'll quote Pastor Christ years back. He said something. He said, when they didn't want to give us the TV spaces in Nigeria, I'm quoting him directly in one of his sermons. He said, what did we do? They needed money, and we pushed in the church money. They could not comprehend the church money. They could not. It was so tempting, and they took the church money and they gave us the space. This is, I'm quoting him exactly. He said, when you don't like a system, buy it up and change it. I will never forget.
When you don't like
Like
the
a system, buy it up and change it. He said, change the director, change the manager, change the system, and make them start showing what you want them to show. Make them start advertising what you want them to advertise. And that is what is happening. First of all, if you look at the TV stations, you have helped my career so much. I was telling him while we were coming. You have promoted most of the jobs I do. And if I do a job and I have nowhere to promote it, the job will not fly.
Yeah.
But if you look at the TV stations today, most of them are owned by pastors who now detect what happens on TV. I did a movie in 2019 that almost destroyed my career. Why? Because I featured somebody, a Kwapin Polo, who had problem with almost everybody at that time. No TV station would take the movie for advert.
Because of a Kwapin Polo.
Because of a Kwapin Polo. You go somewhere, they say, oh, this girl is here. They were just throwing it, canceling interviews. Oh, this girl is in this movie. No. Why? Because of her certain style. We were here, Ebony. Late Ebony. May her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
One of the biggest talents we've ever seen in Ghana.
Yeah. Female talent, yeah.
We were here when she was alive. Everybody hitting her, especially pastors' wives, them. Ebony have done this, Ebony have done this. Oh, she's an agent of Satan. Satan has sent her to come and destroy men and all of that. That went past. We've seen every other, oh, Saturday is Illuminati. This one is this, this one is this, this one is this. Moesha. What did Moesha do to them? Nothing. The only singular fact that Moesha has what God gave her, and whatsoever she's doing, she went for an interview. The whole Christendom was against Moesha. Moesha have done this, Moesha, blah, blah, blah. But today, where are we, Sammy? The same gospel musicians are wearing what Moesha is wearing now. They are looking the way Moesha is looking. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yeah, I get it.
The same now, crapo. The industry they say is demonic. That is where the pastors are now coming to champion because they want the crowd. The last 3 movies that were released, which one pastor should not be a lead actor inside?
I know about the Archbishop Duncan Williams. I know
I won't
about...
mention titles, so leave me.
I'm talking about what I know.
But I know about 3
because
so far.
I met them in Kumasi.
Okay.
And they wanted me to be part of their promotion when they were going to do the premiere in Kumasi. I met them. I was in Kumasi. All right, so we are still trying to know why my friend here, Destin Austin Omon, thinks our industry has been Christianized, and because of that, it is killing so many talents and the creative. Now, he has been narrating some of them, and I'm sure he can continue. Yes.
So, like I was saying, they were saying all those things with due respect to them. They said these things were immoralities, that our industry was becoming a satanic what, that we need to change. But now, instead of them changing us, they are coming to join us. We now see female pastors on social media, TikTok. They now live on TikTok. Female prophets. So I don't want to mention people's name.
Yeah.
They even twerk on TikTok more than the actors and actresses you were condemning. But we don't see the kingdom of God stoning them now. We expected the kingdom of God to come after them. Now, I remember people will say Sarkodie is an Illuminati. Sarkodie is this, Sarkodie is that. Good and fine. But the same gospel musicians are now queuing behind Sarkodie to take award. Are we not mocking God? Let's be realistic here. Would we have seen a Muslim? You know, Muslims, they also have their musicians.
Yeah, they do.
There are people that they make gospel music. They even have rappers. But how many times have you seen them doing what we are doing? Now, the truth is, the church has so much money. You know why? The church has so much fans. You know why? Because I and you are part of the church. But the church see themselves as part of secular. I will explain it. I go to a church, you go to a church.
Yeah.
You are a secular media person.
Yeah.
You promote, you manage somebody like Shatawale and the rest. But you are a strong Christian. I know you. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yeah, I do.
I'm a movie producer. I'm a Christian. I know a lot of people like that. We are. So, we are all from the Christian folks. But the Christian people don't believe that they are part of us. How does that work? Where do my creativity come from?
God.
We all started from the church. I started as a church boy. In fact, my first drama was written for the church. So, but today you want to tell me that my creativity belongs to Caesar. I agree. My creativity is from Caesar. My creativity is demonic. I agree. But why don't you take your own award from heaven? Because as we know, your creativity is from heaven. So your payment should be from heaven. You don't tell me my creativity is demonic, my industry is demonic. When it is time to take award, you come and drag my award. Are you for real? See, if you don't eat dog meat, you don't divide it with your teeth. If you are not ready to eat dog meat, why do you drag it with your teeth?
To share.
To share it. It's very simple. You stand on the pulpit and you castigate Shatawale, you castigate whatever. But now, let me tell you, Sammy, the last time it was on vote, thank God this time we did not use much of vote. People are learning sense. The last time it was on vote, what are we turning the industry to? I don't need to work any work. All I need to is to belong to one big church. I don't want to mention name. Once I belong to one big church, I make a song. Now, you don't even determine which song is hit. A hit does not make the song a good song, whether you like it or not. We are all in the industry. You can make a baller song, and you have your strategy of promotion, and that song becomes a hit. And automatically, if you have that hit and you belong to a big church, you can become artist of the year. That is what we are saying. How can you place one track artist against Blacko that took Ghana to Nigeria? Blacko took Ghana to the world. Are we for real? You undermine that little boy's hard work. It pained me because of the church. You know what he said when he was leaving the stage? Allahu Akbar. That's a big word, eh? The Christians should be ashamed of that. Yes, go and watch the interview again. When Blacko was leaving the stage, the last thing he said was Allahu Akbar. And I felt hurt. I felt so hurt. You know why? Because this is a small Muslim boy that went against the whole church and won the church.
What is the meaning of Allahu Akbar?
God is great.
And why God is great? Why are you making it look like God is great is a war word?
Is it not a war word? Before didn't you interview the woman?
Yeah, I did.
What did she say? That she hopes to win.
Yeah.
Is it because you worked hard? No. Because you believe in the church behind you. That's it. What was the whole church saying? Is it time for gospel? Is it time for gospel? Was it all about hard work? I didn't see them saying, okay, because she has worked hard. No, they were all saying, it's the time for gospel. It's the time for the church. It's the time for God. God, Inyami. We have prayed for it. It is this time. Sammy, should we keep praying for it or should we be working for it?
Okay, so you said something that why is the church or why is the Christian folks now coming for awards? So I'm here also asking that. Can I also say that maybe it is because now they have seen the need to industrialize their profession? Maybe first they were only seeing it as more or less like a ministry, but now they've seen the need to industrialize it. How about that?
See, I'm sorry to say this. We have a religion where our leaders don't believe in working. They believe in the earth is of the Lord and the fullness thereof. Things don't work that way. Most of these musicians left your church, Kwame, Eugene, and the rest. They were your choristers, them. If you had invested in them, they would have been winning awards, probably as gospel artists. Are you getting me now? I don't want to mention Nigeria because they'll say because you are a Nigerian. Almost every ministry you are seeing today that is successful have their music arm. Sinach. Most of these big musicians came from one ministry, more or less like a label, a gospel label. We have many of those gospel labels around. But these are people, you really didn't want to have anything to do with them. You really didn't want to have anything to do with the music, with the kind of music, with the kind of things they do. But why do you want to have anything to do with their awards? You don't reap where you don't sow. You don't sow where you didn't reap.
It is rather the award schemes that have categories for these people. Because there is a gospel category, there are gospel categories, and again, they saw the need of a gospel artist and they thought it wise that he or she needs to be here. So why are you making it look like it is them coming? It is not the award scheme that has recognized them.
Me, I don't see it like that. I beg to differ. They divided it. It has to be gospel one, secular one. That's my own take. That's my own opinion. Somebody can come and slap me. Because that woman did not work harder than Stonebwoy. Let's be realistic. We are all in this industry. If you want to talk about the year in review, did she work more than Stonebwoy? Did she work more than Sarkodie in that same category? But they have made up their mind that it has to be one gospel, one secular. And that is where the problem is. That is where the problem is.
And you think if it continues like that, it does not augur well for industry?
No, it does not augur. Let me tell you the repercussion. Dinah Hamilton. Adum.
Yes.
One of my best gospel track, 2021. I repeated it for like continuously every morning for like 2 months. When I come to the office, they know they'll play me Adum. Everybody knows that.
And there were 3 lyrics in there.
What?
There were 3 lyrics in there.
Which I really didn't mind, but the English,
The small English in there you got.
When she won Artist of the Year, Sammy, as someone who always fly abroad for almost of these entertainment shows, how were you able to put Dinah and Burna Boy on the same scale when they are outside in the UK? How were you able to put Dinah and Wizkid and other people on the same scale? Because when you are talking of Artist of the Year, you are talking of someone that is holding Ghana flag till the next year. We take this thing so lightly. It's like Ghana Movie Award. That's the only awards you have. Whether you like it or not, other people are watching it. When you win an award, Ghana Movie Awards, other countries respect it. We underlook it here, but that is only what we have. So when they are talking about a director, they goes to Ghana Movie Awards. Oh, he's had an award, Ghana Movie Award. It's the same thing with VGMA. That's all we have. So how do you feel the person raising the flag? How are you able to measure them when reality sets down? Like seriously, okay, this is Ghana, Nigeria now. We are in the music space, secular music space. Bring your best, bring your best. You cannot tell me Sarkodie is the best while this man is holding Best Artist of the Year. Let's be realistic. Artist of the Year, you cannot tell me now that Sarkodie is better than
Black Sherif.
Black Sherif. No. Black Sherif is the best artist in Ghana as it stands, whether you like it or not, for the next 1 year. Yes, that's how it is. So if you are bringing Black Sherif, if you are bringing anybody against Nigeria as it stands, it has to be Black Sherif, because you have made us known he's the best artist in Ghana as it stands. So if Esther had won the best artist of the year, which means automatically you have said that she is the best artist in Ghana. And when what's done to us, when the table sets, you bring your best and your best. How are you going to measure them? These are some of the things we start thinking about.
So are you saying no gospel artist can be best?
Well, I am not saying that, but so far I don't think what we have on the table, they are the best. When my brother won, was there too much noise? What's his name? The first guy that won the Ghana.
Kidi?
No, gospel.
Jomento.
Jumento. Joe was fair. Joe, when he won, you see, even the secular people, they were happy because Joe worked so hard. Worked so hard, not only in Ghana. Joe worked so hard to be able to break in the UK, in Nigeria and other places. South Africa and other places. So, after the awards, after he won Best Artist of the Year, you can sit him anywhere. This is Joe representing Ghana. Am I making sense, Sammy?
I'm listening to you very well. Very well. I see. So in this case, would you blame the industry or you would blame the strength of the church against the industry as we wrap up?
There's a book, Where There Is No Doctor, Everybody is a Doctor. I keep saying this. VGMA is owned by somebody. That person is a businessman. Whether you like it or not. Shut the work. Hawk Transformer. That man is a businessman.
Dive into the sea.
He puts money in it and expects to gain money.
That's true.
And where it stands now, the church has money. You can't take that away. The church has plenty money. If you are not doing business with the church, you are not doing business with government, I wonder where you want to make your money from. That's just the truth. Even as an artist right now, it's either you are doing business with government, corporate institutions, or you are doing business with church. Otherwise, no survivor for you. So the businessman have seen that and has successfully keyed himself into it, church money. After Joe, you realize that anytime there's VGMA, the church is so interested. I even heard best music writer was won by Perez. Perez. You understand? You see now that anytime you hear VGMA, the church is willing.
So now you see the church creeping into the awards and taking...
Buying the awards. Oh, sorry. I'm even holding my mouth. I see the church buying up our industry. The industry, they were not patient enough to create. They want to buy it off. That's what I see. I don't care how anybody take me. Because this is the same me you see I'm demonic.
Like Chris, Pastor Chris?
Yes. What he said, years
That's
back, about 15 years ago.
That's what is happening in Ghana now.
Buy the industry off, make them to do what you want them to do. That is what they are doing. The church has the money to do it.
So now they want to buy our industry and manipulate it?
Yes. And decide what happens there. VGMA, I'll tell you something. I'll predict something. The next VGMA, they will insist that the red carpet host should be from so place. You see, I said it. Watch.
They will be from so place, like as in a gospel.
Yes. Sammy, go and write it on the wall. The next VGMA, one of the hosts will be from the church. Go and write it on the wall. I spoke to one of our godfathers in the industry. I have big people, I have compassion. That's why I'm stubborn. So destiny, I was like, come, let's talk. Then I call, we talk. He told me, but we have 90% of Christians on the board. VGM board. Then I told him, sir, the same way we have 90% of artists as Christians. He said, if I'm right, you are right. Are you getting me now? So what it means is that the Christians believe that it is their property in the first place, and they've been sleeping. But where were you when we were farming in it? Where were you when we were growing the grass? That's just it. Where were you? You never worked, but you want to come and reap.
No, there are fruits.
There are fruits.
You want to reap.
You want to reap because of social media. All these things are because of social media. Because right now, the church wants the social media badly.
Numbers, yeah.
They want it badly. Because whether you like it or not, no matter how they chase you, a pastor cannot get more than you, Sammy.
Yeah.
The world likes the word. The world likes Satan. Young people like Satan. So, with all their followers and like, once people don't do the thing, the internet will burst. Every attention face there.
Yeah.
Whether a pastor is preaching or whether nobody cares. Once Moesha come and put a video on the internet is shaking. So how do they get that numbers? The only way to get the numbers is to get the industry that has the numbers. And that's all.
I'm sure I'll be doing a part 2 of this conversation because I know my brother Destiny. He is very, very opinionated. When he has an opinion, it is strong to change his mind. But I'm going to have a part 2 of this some other day because I would also want to get the opinion of the other side. Then when I have that opinion, I'll come and share with him again and see whether he's still fixated on what he thinks, or maybe he would have a change of mind. Destiny, what would be your last words you would want to share for our industry to safeguard what we have so we don't lose it? Looking at your predictions and how the movie industry, the state of it now in Ghana, and now your fear for this whole industry. Let me get that before you leave me.
Yes, Sammy, let me quickly say this. Religion do not determine your creativity. Let's not take that out. The same God that created Sinach created Michael Jackson. Whether we like it or not.
That's true.
The same God that created Esther created Sheriff. It's not only when someone is preaching that he's doing the work of God. I know how many people that my films have touched. Maybe if I was a pastor today, those people would never have seen my job, the effect of my job anywhere. So, no matter the area God is using you to impact on people, we should all learn to play our wing differently. You are a right footer, you are playing 7. I'm a left footer, I'm playing 11. Stay your wing, make I stay my wing. It makes it very, very helpful. Then the second thing is, we must start being very open to ourselves in the first place before we get open to others. Someone introduced me to you. And since then, we've known for more than 6 years now. And since then, we're just there.
Yeah.
And I think you've also introduced me to someone and someone.
Yeah.
The link is long. I have Black Rasta on the link. And a few other people you've also linked me with. Why? Because you were being open. Today, you are not only doing business with me. You also do business with people that are on my link. The same way I'll do business with people that are on your link. We should learn to first start opening to ourselves before we even open to others. As a film producer, if you have a link to sell movies, share it. The fact that everybody is making money does not make your money small. I don't know whether you understand that.
Yeah, I do.
If you close it up and you take it, you want to be the biggest boy. No, you are not growing the industry. That's the truth. That's one. We must learn to link each other. That's one. We must learn to create creative people. Did you get my words?
Yeah.
We must learn to create creative people. There's difference between employing creative people and creating creative people.
Yeah.
The reason we are struggling is because over time we don't create creative people. We are scared to try creative people. This man is a young man. He may not have made name in the industry, but you decide to pick him. He's your DOP. He's doing the job for you. Tomorrow he becomes anything. He becomes big. The only reason he will become big is because you gave him a try. You gave him a platform to stand on. But we live in an industry whereby, oh, it is always a jackal. Oh, you need a pastor. Oh, Fred, we mami why? Oh yeah, you're good. Or you're pastor. Or you're pastor naturally. Now you're good. You know, we live where. Who is your father? Who is your brother? Who do you know? These things are affecting us in the industry. We must learn to know that now I'm growing old. In the next 5-10 years, you may not see me jumping and up and down doing all these epic films.
Yeah.
You may not even see me around again. I may just be underground. Who have I created? If I have not created enough people, that my lineage is dead. Alaji is here today. He's done well. Most of these actors we are jumping after today, it is Alaji that created most of them.
That's true. And even those who are now producing movies.
Movies.
Yes.
Alaji created them.
Yeah.
Are those people creating others? Is there opportunity to create others? It is when we are creating others that we can have future hope. Then
Sustenance.
It's sustenance. Very, very important. Then the other thing is we need market. You see, when government speaks, people listen. We need markets. We need government to speak for us to get markets. Don't sit there. I was heartbroken when someone said the whole industry is not worth 1 million. Although during the time of our politics and all of that, someone said it, that all our industry is not worth $1 million. When you speak like that for investors, which investor will come and invest in an industry that you say is not worth 1 million? You started the interview by telling me that the industry has collapsed. If this guy I came with was an potential investor, he would industry that the government and the people at the helm of affairs are saying has collapsed. Is that where I want to go and put my money? How do I get it back? Let me put out a secret here. The British film industry came to Nigeria to invest. And they were like, but you people don't look the figures we are seeing, no.
Because you gave them some figures, yeah.
I don't know which figures they give them, but I'm just saying something. Someone was like, he was like, but the figures and the people are different. Because maybe he's looking at, okay, the figures we are getting from top and the people we are meeting, are they really the owners of these figures? But they don't have a choice than to believe the figures. You know why? Because government is giving them that figures. Government is the one fronting the figures. I have an industry that is worth 10 million, Nollywood. I have an industry that is worth $10 billion. Come and invest. They are the one pushing it. It goes faster. But our government, if we go and say our industry is not worth $1 million, how do you expect people to come and invest $5 million? If we go out there and say, oh, the film industry there is dead, oh, there's nothing happening, then you expect investors to come and invest in an industry that is dead. When we change some of these things, things will change. And the last thing is our local channels.
TV or radio?
TV, radio.
Okay.
Your business is good business when your people are buying from you. You don't know, Sammy? If you are selling food and your family members are not buying for any reason, then it's not good business. Good. It's not good. They know you more. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
If you start a business and your family members are not part, there is no way other people will come and park cars when your people are not gathering you to buy. So why am I trying to say that? And nothing serious, they came to Ghana without me even knowing. And luckily for me, one TV station was showing my movie. They were showing The King with No Culture.
And they chanced on it.
Yes, and they have been trying to follow me. They have been trying to investigate, even as far as their embassy, to find out what kind of producer is this and all of that. But we're watching one of your things. I said, real? Yes. I said, what's the title? They told me. Which channel? I said, oh, thank God. Why? Because the locals are consuming it. When you come from anywhere you come from, whether any hotel you lodge, whether DSTV or not, you pick remote. You want to look at what they have locally. Yeah. When you go to Kenya and other countries, is that not what you do? Yes. Because you are tired with what you already have.
When I went to Dubai, I was doing the same. I was thinking, okay, what are their channels showing?
I will look around your channels and anyone that catch let me even stay here and watch. When they come around, what do they see on your TV?
Telenovelas.
God bless you. Do they see your local actors? Even when you feel they are not doing well? Do you know there is a market in Nigeria that is for only Ghana movies? Nigerians like the way they talk, that accent. Do you know there is a special market like that? All these your channels, they watch it, especially xylophone. In my village, they watch it like mad. Yes, those digital channels. Yeah. Don't go there. That is why you see somebody will tell you, I'm going to Ghana to go and do money rituals. The village people. Why? Because they watch it on people doing. It's true. But is it real? We in Ghana, is everybody on the street doing money rituals? Yeah. But they'll see it on TV and say, oh, Charlie, I'm looking for money. I want to go to Ghana and go and do money because of the local. So we must learn to be showing our movies on local channels. Now, to end it, how do we get our movies on local channel? You go and buy telenovelas with millions. Then when it is my turn, you tell me that you are buying my movie for 200 Ghana cedis. Are we all right? Aren't our movies supposed to be more expensive than telenovelas? Because buying my movie made in Ghana, locally made, you are investing not only on me, in the whole circle,
part of the production,
and also paying tax to the government. So I think our movies should even be more expensive than the telenovelas. So these are the only, and government must put a very strong policy. You are talking of Nigeria Today. When they started 70% local content, was it cool with the TV stations? It wasn't cool. Wasn't cool with the radio stations. But
sure
today,
it happened.
Today, where are we? We are benefiting from it. So government must find a way to put our local content on our local stations. Even if they are owned by private individuals, give them ultimatum. You must put so amount of local content on your TV. That's the only way we'll be in business. Sammy, God bless you.
I know for the first time my Nigerian brothers will be watching this interview and they'll be clapping. They say, finally, Omo is in the seat. Because they have been waiting for this all the time. I know they'll be giving it to me. But this is a conversation that I have been doing this with my brother since I met him. Anytime we meet, it is hard conversation. And I like I've told him, I'll sure be getting him back into the seat again. When I also get this video out and I start receiving feedback from the rest of the people who are supposed to respond to some of the issues that came up in this one. Thank you so much, Austin. I'm so grateful for this conversation. Personally, I have picked so many lessons from this conversation.
Let me say this last thing. We have Nollywood Ghana chapter in Ghana.
Okay.
Nollywood Ghana chapter has been here for 2 years or more now. Okay. Officially, we are registered here in Ghana, and we are here to put more meat in the soup. Okay. So if you are a Nigerian doing your trade here, don't forget to register with us, Nollywood Ghana chapter, and we can always...
You can share your contact then if it so be.
Okay, you can call me and I'll give you the contact of the secretary. You can call me on 0574 336080, 0574 336080, or you WhatsApp me. And if you are also a Ghanaian who wants to go do business in Nigeria, our duty here is also protect you and make sure nothing happens to you. Make sure you know your way around and all of that. Because you may not know the state. Lagos is not everything. Somebody calls you and say, come and shoot in Enugu. Enugu is far, far east. We are the ones that will advise you and say, from Lagos to Enugu, it's like 10 hours. Oh. Are you ready for it? This is it, this is it. So if you are a Ghana creative person who also wants to go to Nigeria, get in touch with us. You don't need to pay anything. We'll just take you through, like when our brother Zion Felix went and didn't get to Lagos. I was just laughing. I said,
he did not
get to Lagos. I said, if you have spoken to us, we would have told you all these things. The parts. You won't go through it.
Oh,
so God bless you. God bless you all the time.
Wow, thank you so much, Austin Dennis Omon.
Austin Destiny Omon. Sammy.
Austin Destiny Omon. I've really enjoyed this conversation, man. I can't wait. And we have discussed something off air, and I'm sure we're going to extend it. We're trying to find a way that we can make this a weekly feature, where at least every weekend or every Friday like this, we get to sit down to bridge the Ghana-Nigerian conversation. And I know so many of my Nigerian brothers, I know them, those who be watching, they'll be so happy that finally they have their own here. And we are still going, we are going to look for sponsorship for this, because my brother tells me, Sammy, we need to get sponsorship for this particular conversation so that every week we can sit to have that Ghana-Nigeria conversation and how best we can bridge this feud between Ghana and Nigeria. Someone called me that the team that did the Afrobeat documentary will be coming to Ghana. They actually wanted me to be part of the speakers, and I was so happy that, okay, let's do this. More collaborations, more conversations, and we are sure going to arrive at a common place and a good place for all of us. My name is Sammy Flex. I want to say thanks to Digital Rasta Karen, who is on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show, and to you for watching. If it is your first time, this is what we do. We have conversations, hard, soft, and the middle conversations, and I did this with my brother, Destiny Omon, and it has been great. You do this again when I meet you. We are out of here. Bye.
Peace.